So you don't really need that much money to actually retire. And the strategy that I want to teach you guys or want to show you guys to do so is the wheel strategy. And this is what I currently use to build my portfolio to get to these numbers. I'm currently not retired yet, but I do have goals, and I backtracked everything, and I figured out like a actual small number that you might need to get to those retirement goals, and it's not that far off as what you may think. So for those that don't know me, I'm Brian. I've been doing YouTube for a while. I've been trading stocks since 2012. I have amassed a 7-figure net worth through crypto, real estate, and stocks. So I kind of know what I'm talking about, but obviously none of this is fine. Obviously none of this is financial advice. And I just wanted to show you guys everything that I've been doing. I'm 35 years old now. I'm kind of getting up there in age, and there's no reason to like gatekeep any of these secrets. So I just wanted to show you guys what you need to do to make a little bit extra money in the stock market, build that portfolio. And to be honest, the easiest way is like premium selling, wheel strategy. And that's what I teach here on the channel. So just to make it simple for you guys, just so you don't have to watch through the 10 minutes that I'm going to make this video out to be, like the 1 minute definition or whatever is going to be like, you need around like $200,000. And the way to do it is with individual stocks. And that's going to be your best friend in doing the wheel strategy. You could do it a little bit safer with like ETFs like SPY or QQQ, but then you would need a little bit more capital than what I'm going to be telling you. Because for me, I live in New York, and to replace my full-time salary as a nurse, I make around $140K a year just for my W-2. That doesn't include my rentals and my rental properties and all my side hustles, but I want to replace that income because that's the one with like my health benefits and all that. So I need to replace that income to me to feel fully retired or get rid of my mortgage or something like that. But living in a high cost area, this is the amount of money that I would need. Like most people would want like 10K a month, and this is pretty much what you'll be able to get, give or take a few hundred to like a $1,000 to $2,000 a month, depending on market conditions. And that's what I wanted to get into, is like the wheel strategy, because I've been doing it for a little bit, actually not a little bit, like 4 or 5 years now, and I've doubled my portfolio, the one that I've been showing on my Instagram, and it's a really easy strategy to keep to it. But obviously everyone that has taken my course has done really well, but then some of them think they know everything, and they start chasing premium instead, and that's where you lose. That's where you're going to lose. If you don't know why you're in certain stocks, you probably shouldn't be buying it. And that's what I always said in like the first slide of my PDF and of my course, and my, like, it's don't sell any options on any stocks that you don't understand. If you don't want that stock in your portfolio, don't wheel it. Like, it's simple. A lot of people are looking at, like, even though I made a video on it, like quantum computing stocks, like Rigetti and all that. Yeah, the premiums were super high, but it went a huge tumble down from $20 down to like $6, back up to 10, down to 8. Like you don't want that, because you're not going to win that way. And a lot of people went into like SMCI. A lot of people went into like all these other ones that are just too volatile, too meme-like, and that's not what I'm about here. I want you guys to make passive, consistent income off the stock market. I want you guys to not be scared of the stock market. That's what keeps people out of making money, is the being scared. But I'm going on a tangent because I'm getting frustrated with people learning. They start doing really good, and then all of a sudden they think, I'm not making enough money. So you start chasing premiums, and then with like stocks that aren't that great, and then you start losing money because the stock market and that's not the stock market, that stock specifically crashed. And it's frustrating to see, because it shows greed, and I try not to teach that. And It's all about risk mitigation and knowing yourself. But for everyone that came to this video, let's retire you off like $200,000. That is the number that I personally have. That's what I want to get to in one of my brokerage accounts. Most of my stock net worth is in my retirement accounts, so that's why I'm trying to build up my taxable brokerage account. So that's why I want to be able to use those, let those retirement accounts just grow exponentially, and then I'll be able to take them out come retirement age. But I want to get this account to like $250,000, well, $200,000 first, and then we'll go from there. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use $200,000 and we're going to make a good amount of money here. And what I like to do, if you're just looking for like passive income, very passive, like looking at something maybe once, twice, 3, 4 times a month, this is what I would do. So my go-to right now is Nvda. So let's go into my desktop right here. So you're gonna have $200,000, right? Say you had $200,000 and that is all you had in your taxable brokerage. So what I would do here is I would potentially just throw everything at like Nvda. Again, not financial advice. This is the way I personally would do it because I want to keep it as simple as possible. Nvda is one of those companies I think is going to be around a long time. It's in a pretty good price position, in my opinion. It's not near all-time highs. It's on its way back up from the dip that it's had. So we would start with selling the cash secured puts. So simply put right here, like $200,000. Let's go with like a 40 delta. That's 42 because I don't mind getting assigned it. So a 40 delta, 135, right? 135 is a 40 delta, and you're gonna get paid $700 for it. So let's do 200,000. Oops. Divided by 13,500. It's probably gonna give you 14, almost 15. So 14 contracts you could do. 14 contracts. So let's just see how much you'll make from this. Continue. You're going to do 14 contracts for a month out. February 28th. Today that I'm recording this is 1/20, January 20. You're going to get a credit of $9,799. You're going to get paid a little under $10K for a 39-day contract. That's a lot of money, guys, and you'll still have $11,000 left over. So with this amount of money, you'll still be able to probably put another cash secured put to add to this as well right after this play. So now you'll have 15 contracts. So let's just look at that, because right after that month, you're going to be making for this month $10,500 just from this. And that is an insane amount of money. Obviously, yeah, there's taxes. I'm not a tax advisor or anything. You're going to get taxed on this money, but it's going to be amazing that you could build your portfolio making almost $10,000 a month or more with a $200,000 portfolio. Yeah, you're not being diversified or anything like that, but that's why I keep saying you have to go into stocks that is specifically you've researched, you believe in, and you want in your portfolio. And Nvda is one of those ones that I personally would use. I have around only like 500 shares, 600 shares. So I've been doing this at a smaller scale. So I'm making like a few grand a month, but not this much. So that's how much you can get just doing 1 month of cash secured puts. And the best thing about this strategy is that when you do get assigned at a discounted price, because you're choosing a stock price that you're willing to buy the stock at, when you do get assigned and you have to buy those 100 shares, now your cost basis is whatever you bought it at. Say I bought it at put my strike price for 135 and it fell to 134, you end up having to buy at 135. And now, as long as you choose a strike price on your covered call side above 135, you're going to get appreciation, and you technically can't lose because you're always going to be above your cost basis. And then you collect the premium, and then you just keep going until you have to sell your stocks. And just for a picture's sake, say like we already had the 100 shares, right? At 137.63, like right at this price that the current stock price is, and we're doing covered calls, and you want to go this same 39 days out. Now you're actually going to make a little bit more money because of the strike price. So you could go for another 40 delta or 30 delta. Delta is just for selling options, is just simply putting it, is just the percentage chance that the stock price will hit your strike price. That's the simplest way I could put it for you. So we could go to a pretty high delta if you wanted to do taxable events and make more money. If you want to be a little bit more conservative, go like 30 to 40%. But if you're strictly looking for income, I would go like 40 to 50%. That's actually pushing it though. But the upside of this is, say I did this 143 covered call. I chose this as my strike price. So let's exit out of this one here. Sorry, I have to get out of this. Get out of this. Okay, 135 strike price. No, 140 strike price. Sorry, I'm clicking too much things here. No. Let's go to 45%. Where's a 45%? 142 or 143? 143. Okay, 143 strike price. Say if you had all 15 contracts or 14 contracts, you could do that. Continue. You're going to times that by, let's just do it by the 14 for now. You'll get a little bit less in credit. In credits, so 9,500, almost 9,600 for that month of play. But you also have to remember that if the stock price actually went up to $143, now you're also going to get $6, $5.50 per 100 shares. So you have 15 with the 15 times 100, and then you're going to times that by $5. You're going to make another $7,500 on top because of the appreciation. And that's if the stock price went above 143 by February 28th and you had to sell your shares. So you'd make another $7,500 on top of this. And again, taxable event once you sell your shares, but the whole point is to make as much income as possible. So that's personally what I would do if you're just looking for income. And then, but just by looking at it, that's how you can make $10,000 a month potential. Just by looking at it, that's how you can make a potential $10,000 a month just doing covered calls and cash secured puts using Nvda. And again, none of this is financial advice, but this is one of the ways that you could actually take advantage of all the shares that you have. And it also shows you that you don't need a specific amount, like a crazy amount of money to retire, because you can make a significant amount with a lower amount. But would I personally do this? I wouldn't retire off it. I would use it to build up my portfolio. Just say you got that 9,500. If you're able to get that for 12 months straight, that's like over $114,000 on the year if you're able to make that much money. And then adding that to the 200,000 that you already had, that's over 300,000. You could really start scaling your portfolio like crazy every year, making a significant amount of money. And then you could get your portfolio to a certain point where you don't have to rely on the individual stocks. You can do it on the SPY, do it on QQQ, something a little bit more safer. And then you could move on to the retirement phase. So that's personally what I would do. Let me know what you guys think. I really appreciate everyone that watches these videos, because I'm just trying to help everyone learn to make a little bit more money. And guys, I appreciate everyone that watches. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.